What's going on, guys? So today's video I want to go over not really a new counter. This is the same old counter of CLS versus GS, but today we're swapping out 3PO and we're swapping in Wat. So this counter, you don't need too many people on your team to be fast. In fact, you only need a couple people to be fast. So we're gonna go over my team here of the Rebels. So this team is consisting of Commander Luke, Chewbacca, Han Solo, Old Ben, and then the fifth is Wat. This isn't a new counter. This has been around for a while now. It's just now that I've been able to remod my Wat to be able to use him. So the most important person really when it comes to being fast is CLS. Ideally, I would want to go faster than this, like 320 if I was able to, but my mods here, they don't allow me to, because the most crucial thing about when you're rocking a Wat that's like 5 or 6 star, that's gear 11, is there's like this one problem here, and the problem is you want CLS to still get guard, and if Wat gets guard, I've seen people still be able to beat it, but for me, it just makes this a lot easier. So the HP protection here, it's like 46,000, 42,000 protection, so it's like 40 or not. It's like what, 86, 87k, and then he has 314 speed. So like what I did here was I went for a non 6E mod for HP, so he doesn't get too much HP, so I still maintain guard on him. And then I went for crit chance because I like the potency here for just some more freaking debuffs. What the heck am I thinking here? And so we get more TM going off the bat. And then offense, just because you know what, you don't need offense, guys. You don't need offense here in the triangle. You can honestly rock anything you wanted to here. I would kind of stay away from HP protection because he's an attacker. You want him to do some damage, so I would kind of recommend either an offense triangle or a crit damage triangle. In today's videos, we've been using just offense, but ideally I would probably go for this mod here. You get some more speed. So that's CLS. You want him to be fast, but still make sure that he gets guard and not instead of Wat. And then Chewie here, same modded as previously. You want him to be modded for a lot of tenacity. The reason why I have a crit damage triangle here is because he does get some stacking crit chance whenever guard ally is hit. Whenever Chewie takes damage, or no, rather, it says when he's damaged from attack, he gets the stacking crit chance in offense. So you don't need too much crit chance. You just want him to be kind of hitting hard. Ideally, though, you know, you don't need the crit damage. I just prefer it in most of these. I would ideally go for more HP and protection, because sometimes he can die if you get bad RNG, you know, with something happening. So, and then next up here is Old Ben. We'll save Han and Wat for last. Old Ben here, you need him to be gear 12 at least. Gear 13 is really making it more consistent for me as of late. But ideally, you want to go for more potency. I would still say I need more potency here. I would say I need maybe a potency cross and maybe in the potency set. I have only one set of potency here. I'd really go for more potency because you need him on his mind tricks to land the debuffs on Rex and TMR, hopefully. If you don't land a ability block or TMR on Rex, you will probably lose. Just plain and simple. So, yeah, I would ideally, this isn't the best mods. I would probably go for a potency set on pretty much everything if I could, just to show you guys what it would look like. Honestly, we'll just rock an entire set of potency just to see what we get here. I just want to see what potency looks like all around. I understand that's offense. We don't need offense, but let's just nasty. Let's just see. Ideally, okay. So if you were to just rock, you know, all potency, that's not bad. If I had all like the right primaries and everything, more protection, it would be really good actually. So yeah, potency is really the best way to go. But for these runs, I have better speed mods on an HP, so 260 is really good for speed. And ideally, if you guys can, try to get his Zeta if you strike me down, because this Zeta in both counters, with it being with 3PO and not with 3PO in this counter with Wat, you need Zeta, I would say, more so in this Wat counter than you do in this 3PO, because you're not getting as much TM gain from all those assists that 3PO can give. So you're going to, instead of getting 3% TM, you're going to be getting 2% more, which equals 5% TM whenever a Rebel or Jedi takes damage, which is really big. And then whenever he is killed, they gain some more HP protection. Or no, Or they get more HP protection and then gain 25% TM, so that's really nice. And then Han over here, you want him to be really just hitting hard. And like I said, there's only a couple people you want here to be fast, and those couple people I would say is CLS, Old Ben, and kind of Wat. You want to be somewhat fast, but the other guys here, you know, Chewie and Han, you don't need them to be fast. We just saw my Chewie was like at 249 speed. My Han is only at 240 speed. You don't need him to be fast. You get so much extra TM from, you know, being able to mind trick somebody, and then you can be able to go, and also just CLS doing his stuff there. So here the mods that I would go for is HP and crit damage, and try to get as much offense as possible, because early on in the battle you want to try to do as much damage as possible, so when you get the weapon tech onto Han, he can just blast away GS into cover, and then you can work down 5s ASAP. So here I went for crit damage on the triangle, offense here on the cross, offense on the arrow, and then just some other kind of fast mods everywhere else. But try to focus on HP because he loses his protection really early on from the double hit rather, from the GS counter. So that's the Rebels. And then last but not least is Wat Tambor. So mine is gear 11 right now. He's 6-star, and this is what he looks like. He has 25k HP and almost 64k protection, which does bump him up barely above CLS, so CLS still maintains guard, and he's at 277 speed. I don't think the speed is too necessary because he's still going to get some TM from CLS lining the debuffs, so you don't need crazy speed. Like I would say, you know, 250 plus is probably a decent range to hit. And, you know, just the main thing here on Wat, you want him to get not the guard and give that guard to CLS if possible. But like I said, I've seen people work it without him, without CLS getting guard instead of Wat. So the other thing here for Zetas, you do need this mass manufacture so that he gives the tech, this weapon tech, the blast tech, to Han, so that Han can do big damage and to blast away GS into cover. And then the Zetas I would recommend for everybody else, kind of the same things as the other counter versus gas. You want the leadership, you want it bites all things on CLS, you don't need the learn control at all. For Han, you need his Zeta. For Chewie, I would say, I would honestly just go for both, because he's immune to cooldown increase, so he can actually not get his, whenever he gets crit from CLS or from GS, he doesn't get his cooldowns increased. And then also this one, if you were to go between either one, I would say prefer the Loyal Friend because you get more HP and recovery and protection recovery. And then ideally this one, I'm sure maybe most of you guys are going to have both, so that's not too big of a deal. But I would say just shoot for both. And then last but not least, this one is very, very good in this counter. You get more TM. So ideally, every Zeta you need on every character that is there on those characters, except for the CLS one on Learn Control. So with that being said, let's get into one today. This is going to be a live one. We're fighting Sam Crow here. You guys can roast me on these mods. This is a decent mod because you don't. I fought today. I fought 10 plus people with varying Rex speeds at 310, 306, 309, and this guy is probably one of the lowest ones. But guys, with Old Ben here and Mind Tricks, you're either going to land a ability block, so he can't cleanse, or you're going to land the TMR. So his speed is kind of irrelevant for the most part. I've never had, in like the last 20 attempts, him going before me. So let's just show you what this looks like on his GS. The other guys aren't as important. I guess we'll check out 5s, but the other two, Echo and Arc, are not as important. So he is running a defense and a crit damage set. So this is a tougher modded team. He's going to have a lot more defense, so it's going to be a little bit more tanky and harder for us to get through with our Han. And then his 5s, holy shoot, that was loud. Gosh dang, my bad. His 5s is modded for HP and a lot of defense. So let's go and see how this one will work. Okay, so we're gonna shoot first here on GS so we can get the double hits there. We get more TM for our CLS and Han, or CLS and Old Ben, and then give the weapon tech to Han. Okay, that's bad RNG. They hit our Wat. So this is a very, very bad showcase for you guys today. So what I do here, if that happens, is I give CLS Learn Control, and then I strip away Rex's TM ASAP. And they killed my Wat that fast. So this is probably the worst RNG versus one of the tougher teams when it comes to the GS being modded like that. Oh, that's not good. And so next thing I'm going to try to do here is to do one of these ones so that Chewie can do his AoE and also mind tricks as well. And we're going to do that. I'm going to just do one of these hits because I don't want to hit everybody and get counterattacked from arc. And then I'm going to have to get a taunt here. Typically with Wat, you're going to have a taunt tech on Old Ben, but guess what? We didn't get it today because they focused Wat hardcore, and it's already gone. The taunt's already gone. So now we're going to have to pray to the RNG gods that they don't hit our Chewie. So this is really bad RNG. Ooh, oh, we didn't get dazed. That's perfect. Okay, so we're still in this. We're still in this. See, this is what you're going to be getting with a 6-star Wat. Just how it's going to be. You're going to have to, in some of these situations, just kind of hope and pray for the best when RNG does go this way. I've only had this certain scenario happen a few dozen times. A few times. I've been testing this like the last week or so, just trying to perfect it for you guys. So now we're still hoping that Chewie doesn't get hit. That's really great there. We won. So this one, we got bad RNG. We still won. If Chewie died there, we're going to probably lose. If Chewie does, though, happen to die when it's just GS left and Old Ben dies with Chewie, you have a pretty good chance of winning as well. So we're going to just refresh this ASAP. We're going to do another attempt here to see what this looks like. So we're going to shoot first again. We got to just make sure that the RNG favors us and they don't hit our Wat. If they hit Wat and we don't get the tank tech off on Old Ben, like that's not good. So it worked out for us today, or in this run. So we're going to actually do TMR on him. We're going to get some more TM, and you can already see. If Rex was super fast, like a 310 plus Rex, our Old Ben will still outspeed him and get mind tricks off, like boom. He just got it off, and we got ability block, so now we don't have to worry about anything happening with the cleansing, so he's about dead here. That right there is so infuriating, man. I hate with these defense modded gases that I can't one-shot him into cover like that. So what I'm gonna do here is to just use a basic. Now he's in cover, and now I can just focus down 5s and get some tank tech. We're not gonna use that tank because I don't want to give any more buffs. One thing to note here, guys, is to not give out too many buffs. Like don't use Han's when he shakes and that what's that freaking move called? Just don't do that. You don't want to give out any more buffs. That's a no-no. So now we're going to just blast away 5s. Probably should have stunned Rex, but we already have Han going afterwards, so we're pretty much good to go here. We want to focus actually Arc because he can do some more damage. If Echo does his grenade, that's totally fine. We get a mass assist, or mass counterattack rather. So now we're gonna just cleanse off Han. The thing that's nice here with Wat and this team is that if Daze did happen to land on Chewie out of that really bad RNG run, we can cleanse him there with the basics. So now we're going to just do one of these specials. He's going to get hit a little bit. That's okay. He's already in the cover again. And now we're going to just hit up Arc a little bit, hit up Echo a little bit. And now we're going to give the tank tech to Chewie. He's on a tank, so he's not going to taunt. But this is going to make him so he ensures that he doesn't die. So we're going to just keep on doing some hits here. Chewie is going to tank a little bit. And it's about dead, guys. He's about dead. We got him. So that's how these ones look. We're going to show you one last one before I head off for today. And let's go over to that one. Alright, guys. So here's the last one I'm going to show you for today. Before we get into it and before we end off this video, just some things that I would really try to shoot for to make this the most consistent as possible for your GACs and maybe even TWs if you want to use them in TWs. I would really shoot for Relic 7 Han and Chewie. CLS doesn't need to be high Relic, just Relic 3. Old Ben I would really shoot for Gear 13's Relic 1 or 2, maybe 3 if you want to push him that high. And try to get Wat 7-star, try to get him Gear 13. It would make it so much easier for you guys. So with that being said, let's get on to this last one. So you always want to shoot first on GS so you can get the TM going. You're going to give the weapon tech over to Han. You get some counterattacks and just strip away some TM. It doesn't matter too much because they're going to get stripped away anyways from that. And then you're going to do that big hit there with Chewie. And he's about in cover. So like I said here, just to pause it. So this guy I've been fighting, Conman, or Samcro rather, he has the defense set, so it's making it... and a lot of protection too. It's making it a lot harder for us with that big Han special to put him into cover early, so that kind of hurts us a little bit with the damage, so we're forced to use a basic there, which kind of sets us back a little bit. So we're going to do some of these basics, give the tank tech over to old Ben, and do basics. You don't want to, like I said, you don't want to do all the buff heavy moves. You don't want to give out any more offense to the GS team. So like the tell me the odds or whatever, the where Han shakes, and you don't want to do that move early on. I would save that for later on if you need to. You're just giving out way too much offense to the GS, because if you do that when you have, let's just pause because this is a pretty important part. If you do that move where he shakes for Han and he gets that TM and all those buffs out for the evasion up and crit chance up, you're giving them way too much offense. If you're running like I am, a low star Wat, being gear 11, you're hurting yourself because he can potentially just one-shot that Wat. So you do not want to do that move. So that's why we didn't do that. He tanked that hit our Wat did, which is very, very nice. And now we're going to just kind of do the same exact moves as before. We got some early old Ben dying, death sacrifice stuff going on, which is great. I'm going to blast away Echo. Try to stun an arc. Didn't land. It's all good. But yeah, this is going pretty well this time. I think this is where we're going to be giving out... Is it another piece of tech too? No. We don't. Wat does not give out another piece of tech. But this one looked pretty solid as well. There is just some RNG here with Chewie being attacked like a very, very end like that. But like in that situation where old Ben dies right before it's just Gas being alive, being the solo, not old Ben, Han's gonna have so much extra offense and crit damage from that. He's gonna be able to just blast him away. So, you know, I still have, over like my last 20 times of trying this, I have yet to really lose one due to bad RNG. So that's kind of it for today, guys. Hopefully this video was helpful. Hopefully, you know, you can maybe use this in your own GCs. I'm going to be using this in mine. If you guys want to check out my streams on the YouTubes, I'll be streaming my GACs as well. I'm not sure when this will be live, but I thought this might be a worthy video for you guys if you want to look into this counter and use it yourselves. So if you guys enjoyed this video, give it a like, share it around, and if you guys are new here to the channel, feel free to sub. I do a lot of different videos on this game, covering this game. With that being said, I do have a couple ways to, if you guys want to help support me, if you guys are interested, we have a Patreon and we have channel memberships. The Patreon, we have an updated role, a new tier rather, for Patreon reviews for your roster. I do a whole video just about your roster review and helping you out. So that's a new tier there, and also we have a Discord if you guys want to go check out that as well. But that's it for me today, guys. Hopefully you enjoyed this one, and hopefully you learn a little bit. So thank you guys for watching it again, and I'll see y'all later.